right. Boop, boop, be doop. Oh, ho, ho. Rockfin, are you ready? Yes, you are. All right, all right, all right. It is time for a new intro. Doobie-doobie-doo. 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 I'm your host, Sabrina Salvati. Doobie-doobie-doo. I'm your host, Sabrina Salvati. I'm your host, Sabrina Salvati. All right, doobie doobie doo. What is going on, guys? I missed you guys yesterday, last night. Welcome to Sabs podcast. I'm your host, Sabrina Salvati. If you are new, I want to let you know that Sabs podcast is a part of Revolutionary Blackout Network. You can catch me there on Thursdays for the roundtable and Friday for the Sabby show. And you can catch me here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Hello, guys. Yes, if you just joined, I do have a new intro. I want to give a big shout out to Kashef. He reached out to me, said, looks like you need something new. And he was right. He created that for me. Got to give him all the credit. So thanks so much. It looks a lot more professional now because my screen recordings before were not to the best they weren't the best quality. Not, no shade to the person who put together my intro. Their stuff was awesome. It's just my screen recordings weren't not the best quality. But this guy really did the thing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Want to give a quick shout out to everyone watching on YouTube, Rockfin, and Twitter. All right. Quick shout out to everyone who is a Sabby patron. Can you guys tell I'm excited about the new intro? I really am. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your support. If you're interested in becoming a Sabby patron, I have how many categories? 5 categories. Members, Sabby, Sabsters, Sabinators, and Ultimate. All of their names are listed here. Thank you guys so much. I definitely appreciate it. And I want to give a shout out to new Sabby patrons, Jackie Papora and Mark Collins. Their names are scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Want to give quick shout outs to people in the chat. Hello. What's going on? Shout out to Barbara, says Bernie doesn't have the chutzpah. I don't know. Shout out to Hannah G, says Sabby with a smiley face. NZ Fade says Elon borrowed $25.5 billion, used $20 billion of his Tesla stock as security, and in the same day, Tesla lost $100 billion. LOL, the guy is a fraud. Oh, NZ Fade coming in with the hits. What's going on, Ken Sabby? What's going on? Shout out to Kim, says, hi, Sabby. Hope everything is going well for you. Shout out to Sebastian, says, hey. Greetings, MJ says, sup, all. What's going on? Pat says, hi, everybody. CBC Voter says 13.3K subscribers. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Shout out to Zach, says, Sabby, I was just watching another one of your videos. Awesome. Thanks so much and welcome. Greetings, Aspen Fallen says, hey, fam. What's going on? Pat says, where is Gamer? I don't know. Shout out to Lawrence, who's a Sabby member, says doobie doobie doo. Greetings, Delthea, who's also a Sabby member, says hello, hello, and Tuesday to you all. Shout out to Mr. X, says hello, Sabby. Greetings, Joe OWS says good evening, family. What's going on, Michael, says doobie time. Shout out to Hash, who says hi, dudes. Hello, Sabby. I like that. Hello. Cheerio. Now I'm just being silly. Shout out to Eric T. Red, who's a Sabby member, says, hi there, lefty friends. Greetings, C. Larson says, hi, all. Shout out to Ashura says, was anyone in the chat or does anyone see the channel grade from a thumbnail perspective on their side prior to the live? I don't know what that means. I didn't see that, but shout out to Eric who says, mm, 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 mm. I don't know what all those different hand signals mean. Oh man. What's going on? Edward said it's hilarious seeing libs having mental breakdowns over Elon buying Twitter. Can't wait to get into that. Greetings, Yepek said, hello, Sabby. I always learn a lot from RBN. Shout out to Afru Jojo says, woohoo. Greetings, Jay Ribeiro says, move from the mauve. Red lips are popping. Are you watching my lipstick, Jay? Are you watching my lipstick shades? I do like to switch them up. Shout out to Yipper99 says, hello. Greetings, Christian says, let's freaking go, Sabby Sabs. Chris says, smash the like button. I'm loving this tonight. You guys are full of energy. Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. Uh-oh, let me move my computer. Shout out, shout out. Hit that like button, guys. I always forget to tell people that sometimes. Shout out to John says, hey, Sabby and fam. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Aberdeen71. Thanks so much for that. Lots and lots in the chat. Lots and lots of people. Shout out to Steve, says Gamer is probably out buying some weed. Oh, man. Oh, man. Thank you so much for the super sticker, not random. All right. What are we talking about tonight? Let's go ahead and get into it. Gonna share my screen. I'm hyper tonight. All right. Tonight, we are discussing Breaking Point's ad status coup. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that has happened. I'm going to get into that story. I'm also going to discuss Elon Musk buys Twitter. Everybody's talking about it. I have some things to say. And I'm going to talk about Trump and Biden rejected. What is up with that 58%? Let's get into it. All right. So the first story I'm going to go into is, let's talk about this 58% with Trump and Biden. Now, this was an interesting topic. Let me go ahead and move this over to the other screen here. 58% of voters are open to backing independent candidate if faced with Biden and Trump. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Let's get into it. 58% of voters said they were open to supporting a moderate, independent presidential candidate in a contest between President Biden and former President Trump, according to a new Harvard Caps Harris poll survey released exclusively to The Hill on Monday. Additionally, the survey found that the majority of voters said they do not want Biden or Trump to run in 2024. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what have we been saying all this time? What have we been saying all this time? That the majority of voters didn't want either one. Same thing in 2016. The majority of voters didn't want Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. Here we are again. Let's go back into the article. 63% of respondents said they did not want Biden to run for a second term, while only 37% said they did want him to run again in 2024. Let's highlight these numbers here. 63% do not want Biden to run for a second term. Guys, that's more than half. That's a lot. Only 37% said they do want him to run in 2024. Only 37%, people. Meanwhile, 55% of respondents said they did not want Trump, excuse me. 55% of respondents said they did not want Trump to run again in 2024. So let's look at this. 55% don't want Trump to run in 2024. 55%. But 63% don't want Biden to run in 2024. Right now, more people want Donald Trump to run for president again than Joe Biden. And I want you to notice something that they did with the numbers here. I don't know if everyone's going to pick up on this. If you notice, when they're talking about this 63% that don't want Joe Biden to run for a second term, notice they spelled 63 out using the text 63. But with all of the other ones, if you notice here, the 55% that doesn't want Trump to run again, did you notice that here they actually use the number when referring to Trump, but when referring to Joe Biden, they spell 63% instead of using the number. See, I like to pay attention to little things like that. Little things like that. A lot of times when I read articles, I read them multiple times before I bring them onto this show. But that was something I noticed the first time I read this article. Why did they put the digits for the number of people that don't want Trump to run again, but they didn't use the digits for the number of people that don't want Joe Biden to run again? Coincidence? I don't know. But something I think that you should pay attention to. Here it says 45% said they thought the former president should run again. So 45% believe that Donald Trump should run again. Only 37% believe that Joe Biden should run again. Again, I want you to pay attention to how they're using the numbers and how they're using the text. Again, it could just be a coincidence, but I find that to be a little odd. Going down. Americans want to move forward, not back. And if they're faced with a Trump-Biden choice, there will be an unprecedented opportunity for an independent candidate to run and win. What was that, ladies and gentlemen? There will be an unprecedented opportunity for an independent candidate to run and win. But no. Remember, independent candidates can't win. People aren't going to vote for them, right? Didn't a lot of us say that Bernie should have ran as an independent? Didn't a lot of us say that? You have a poll right here letting you know the majority of Americans, now granted, you got to take these polls with a grain of salt, a little bit of grain of salt, because everyone's not polled, obviously. But the majority of the people that were polled said they would rather vote for an independent. But no, we shouldn't focus on independent candidates, right? We shouldn't focus on like third parties. Like, no, that's a waste of time. That's what a lot of people have been telling us, right? Let's go back in. However, among their own bases, Trump and Biden are the top 2024 presidential picks. 37% of voters said that if the Democratic presidential primary for 2024 election were held today, they would vote for Biden, while 58% said they would vote for Trump if the GOP presidential primary were held today. Again, the percentage for Trump is higher than Joe Biden. In a hypothetical matchup, 45% of respondents said they would vote for Trump, while 43% said they would vote for Biden. Again, the percentage for Trump is higher. You see, the difference now, ladies and gentlemen, is that now We have been living under Joe Biden's economy and Trump's economy. We've been under both of them now. And I think a lot of people, at least a lot of people I've spoken to, are really starting to see that Joe Biden is really not trying to help working class people, poor people, middle class people. He'll make promises and take them back. But this is something you need to pay attention to, you guys. We need to be paying attention to this. Let me move this over here. Sorry. Speculation has swirled around whether Biden, who's 79, and Trump, who's 75, will find themselves in a rematch in the next presidential election. Political watchers and voters have questioned both of their ages as well as their unpopularity among voters. Trump, who is currently hitting the campaign trail for several GOP midterm candidates this year, has reportedly floated a potential presidential run. Last week, The Hill first reported that Biden told former President Obama that he plans to run again in 2024. The Harvard Caps Harris poll survey of 1,966 registered voters was conducted April 20th and April 21st. The survey is an online sample drawn from the Harris panel and weighted to reflect known demographics. As a representative online sample, it does not report a probability confidence interval. So let's talk about this for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have it, where the majority of Americans would rather vote for an independent. This is one of the reasons why we need to put more focus. And for those of you, like I say, who do want to still participate in electoral politics, I said if you want to do so, you should vote independent or third party. And you should put your primary focus when it comes to electoral politics on local politics. What's happening in your state? What's happening in your city? What's happening in your town? Those are really important. But if you are going to vote, again, I think you should do so voting for independent or third party candidate. Imagine what would have happened if more people would have voted for Jill Stein instead of voting for Hillary Clinton. Now, people say it can't happen, but Jill Stein was on the ballot in 48 states. By the way, I met Jill Stein in person for the first time at the Earth Day rally. I don't know if you guys saw that video on my channel, but I live streamed that. Sorry about the audio, you guys. I was using my phone and I haven't figured that out yet. But awesome person. I also got to meet Ron Paclone the other night, by the way. I went to his show. Rome was here because we did Tour for the Poor. And so we met Ron Paclone, we met Jill Stein, and we met Krishna Mohan as well. Great time. But this is why independent candidates and third-party candidates need to be given a larger platform. I honestly believe that if some of these candidates were given the same type of attention as the Justice Democrats, maybe things would turn out differently. But we don't know because the only people really giving them a platform right now is me and RBN for the most part. Actually, no, I've seen some third-party candidates on Vanguard as well. And I think also Hard Lens. But the smaller channels, we're the ones that are giving them a platform. If some of these larger channels would give third-party candidates a platform, they could do a lot better. A lot of people don't even know about them because their name is not out there, right? So mainstream media is obviously going to smear them. Duh. That's where independent media is supposed to come in and swoop them up and give them the attention and the platform that mainstream media is not going to give them. But we're not having that with a lot of the larger channels because they're focused on putting progressives through the Democratic Party. They're still trying to do the inside game through the Democratic Party. And I think it's time that we need to move on from that. And for people who tell me like, well, I don't want to stop doing that. That's your right. That's your choice. I can't make you not do that. But then I would ask you, what are you expecting to get out of this? Are you expecting some type of incremental change? Because if you are expecting change to happen, which I think most of us did when we voted for Justice Democrats, the squad, Bernie Sanders, those of us who canvassed for them, we were expecting some type of change. If that is what you are expecting when you're doing this, I think you are going to be greatly disappointed. Because as I've mentioned multiple times before on the show, the money controls everything. So until you get money out of politics, the corporate money, getting it out of politics, guys, we'll be dead and gone before anything really changes. And there are people who need help right now. Now, I did tour for the poor with Rome yesterday, right here in Boston. Thank you to all of you that came out to help. Terrence, Charlie, Charlie's girlfriend, I forget your name, but Charlie's girlfriend, it had a lot of help. Eric, his son Corey, my hubs, like everyone who came out to help. Thank you so much for your support. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you, there is now a mini Skid Row in Boston. We've always had homeless population in Boston, but now the numbers have significantly increased. Seeing what I saw yesterday, so many people, it was heartbreaking. And I felt bad because we ran out of tents, so we didn't have enough tents for everybody. So that's something I'll know next time around. I need to have more of those. But you can see what we did like on my channel. I live streamed that too. Yeah, the audio's bad. I'm sorry. Again, I was using my phone. Yes, cake batter. Melnia Cass has been a homeless corridor for nearly 2 decades. Yep. That's where we were. Over there near Boston Medical Center. But it's worse now. It's gotten worse. People need help now. And I don't see politicians, I don't see the Democratic Party, I don't see the Republican Party implementing any kind of change that's actually going to help people now. So when I tell you that instead of doing electoral politics 80% of the time and direct action mutual aid 20% of the time, we need to flip it and we need to do mutual aid and direct action 80% of the time and electoral politics 20% of the time. And even with the electoral politics, that 20%, I'm not trying to do it through the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. But people need help now. And mutual aid helps people right now. Putting people into Congress and putting people into the Senate and putting people into the White House does not help people right now. Honestly, a lot of times it doesn't even help people within the 4 years that they're in that position. They don't even help you. They make promises that they don't stick to, that they're not going to do, just so they can get elected. But their alliance is to the corporations and to the donors. It is not to us, even though it's supposed to be to us. So for all the people who, kind of shame me and say things about me like you're just being ridiculous, so you're saying that we just do nothing? Nope. Have not said that. I just told you what to do. And it may not be easy for a lot of people to hear, especially people who are so used to, they're so used to believing that voting is the way to win. Now, I can't speak for people who were born before me, but I can tell you in my lifetime, I don't remember winning anything from voting. I voted for Obama, didn't win anything. What have we won? What did we get? Nothing. I'm going to go to some of these comments really quick. Ben C said moderate is one of those loaded terms, I think, like progressive or the left. Interesting. Lawrence said all Trump has to do is show up to debate dressed as the Easter Bunny to unnerve Brandon. Yikes. Yikes. J7 Politics said, I love the group photos at Ron's show. Oh, thanks so much. Oh, I should show you guys. I'll share it on here. I'll share it before I go. Eric, don't let me forget because, Delthea said, if you don't mention poverty, people can pretend it doesn't exist. Right. A lot of times we talk about the working class, we talk about middle class. But one of the things that we want you to pay attention to, especially over at RBN, is you need to talk about poor people, people who are poor. I think we need to hear from more from people like that. And JB's been very honest about like his situation. You need to hear from people like that. You need to hear from people that are afraid that they're about to be unhoused. Because some of the people that we met yesterday that were homeless, people think all the homeless people are on drugs or no. Any one of us who's living paycheck to paycheck could be in that situation. Any one of us. All it takes is an unexpected expense that you can't bounce back from. Sorry, I got my words mixed up. That's all it takes. And we could be right in their shoes. Because not everyone has family that they can go stay with until things get better. Not everyone has parents that are still living. This might be a news flash to some people. Not everybody's parents are still alive. Not everyone parents are in the financial situation where they can even take them in, because for some people, their parents are living with other people too. It's a reality here in this country. And I think we need to talk about that more. Thank you so much for the super chat, The Traveler. I saw someone on Twitter say, for real change to happen, elect 535 Dems to Congress and elect local government Dems. By the time elect 535 Dems to Congress. Guys, that will never happen in my lifetime. And again, they're still Democrats. Thank you so much for the super chat, The Traveler. But we need to focus on helping people now. I'm going to show you that picture because I will forget. I just know myself like this. Now, there were several things that we dealt with. Of course, the police showed up. They were there to watch what we were doing, basically just watch us. But, just their mere presence was a hot mess. Andrew showed up too. I'll show you this. Oh, you got it? Oh, thanks. Yeah, here's the picture here. Yep. So I'll start from the left. There's Jill Stein. There's Krish. There's Ron Paclone. There's Rome. And there's me. So yeah, great time. A lot of fun. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. Zach said stop voting for Democrats. So nothing is if we want to see these things done during our lifetime, we're really going to have to do it through direct action and mutual aid. You have to bring some type of pressure. Even when we talk about the New Deal and we talk about FDR, there was pressure put on FDR. This wasn't something he just did out of the blue to be nice. The people rose up and put pressure on him. That's why there was a New Deal. Not to mention that New Deal left people out. I've done a whole nother show on that. But again, the people put the pressure on them. But that 58% is what you need to keep in mind, that the majority of voters would rather vote for an independent candidate. I hope more people talk about that today. Even the ones who only want to do it through progressives, because that's important to note. I am going to go into my second story. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm not. I forgot to add this part. Sorry. This is what happens when I'm away for like a day. In reference to that Trump Biden story, Elizabeth Warren says Biden is running in 2024. I'm supporting him. Now, see, this is the problem a lot of times that you're going to run into. I can't access this. Let me go to type VNC. 1 second. Got to connect. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm not going to read this whole article, but this is just to prove a point. Senator Elizabeth Warren on Sunday said she'd be supporting President Biden, assuming he runs for re-election in 2024, as he has said he intends to do. Biden is dealing with low approval ratings, which, along with his age, have led to steady talk about whether he'll run a second term. The president is 79 years old and will turn 80 in November. This is her statement. You can ask it any way you want. Let me do it like her. Hold on. I'll read it this way and I'll do it like her. You can ask me any way you want, but I'm going to say the same thing. President Biden is running in 2024, and I'm supporting him. Now, that's coming from Elizabeth Warren. Now, let's remember, Elizabeth Warren did not endorse Bernie Sanders. When the race was between Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren did not endorse Bernie Sanders. Now, if she's supposed to be the progressive and Bernie Sanders is the progressive, why would you not endorse the other progressive candidate? This is why we don't win. This is why this idea of putting these progressives through the Democratic Party doesn't work, because at the end of the day, they sell out to what the party wants. This is what they do. I'm going to say it like her. You can ask it any way you want. You know, she does that thing with her head. President Biden is running in 2024, and I'm supporting him. Can ask it any way you want. That's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. Okay. Now let me go into our second story. Delthea said the Democratic Party is bought and paid for by the same ownership class that bought and paid for the GOP. Economic justice isn't on either party's agenda. Well said. Well said. Status coup is pronounced coup. I've heard people say it both ways, Eric. I've heard people say status coup. I've heard people say status coup. I don't know. Coup. Coopity coup. Anyway, we're going into my second story. And this is about Breaking Points has decided to add status coup. I'm going to call it coup. That's what Eric told me, to their network. So let's check this out. So this is from Crystal Ball. She says, we are thrilled to announce this new partnership. Status Coup has relentlessly traveled the country, reporting on some of the most significant issues of our time, including standing with Amazon labor from day one. Very excited to benefit from their on-the-ground reporting. And I'll just go ahead and scroll down to show you this portion here. And then you can see Jordan announced this as well. Excited to announce Status Coup is now a partner with Breaking Points with Crystal Ball and Sagar. Going forward, some of our on-the-ground reporting will be featured exclusively on Breaking Points, starting with our reporting from yesterday from the Amazon labor rally. So, there you have it, folks. Now, I kind of had a feeling this was coming. Because let's go back. Let's remember when Jordan joined TYT. Remember, TYT didn't have anyone in the field at that time. That was the whole point of bringing in Jordan Sheraton. So you have someone who's actually on the ground talking to the people, right? When they let Jordan go, Jinx said that they were supposed to hire all these like investigative journalists that were supposed to go and be on the ground. They raised money for this. No journalists were hired. Anybody know about that story? What happened to those journalists that they raised the money for, that they were supposed to bring on? Didn't happen. Didn't happen. So Jordan Sheraton went on his own, did his own thing on the ground. Jordan does do great work. I know people feel certain ways about Jordan, but when it comes to the actual work on the ground, Jordan does do great work. And the reason why you don't see most people on the ground is because it's very difficult to do. It is tiresome. I will tell you from experience, those cameras are heavy. Your shoulders will hurt. Your back will hurt. It's hard work. It's not glamorous. So adding that component to Breaking Points, this is actually going to make Breaking Points a competitor with TYT. Because like I said, TYT, they don't have that now. They don't have it. So yes, TYT has more subs, although I'm going to show you some analytics that's going to make you go, woo. You guys know how I feel about analytics. Yes, they have more subscribers, but are they still watching them? I'm going to get into that in just a second. But something that I want you to keep in mind is that having someone on the ground is a game changer. Not everyone can physically go out and be in the field. Like I said, it's tiresome. It's also expensive. You have to have money to fly to these locations. You have to have the equipment. The equipment is expensive. You really have to be able to just up and go when you need to. So if you have a family, that can be difficult to do. Now, Echo J, I already unsubbed, but good for Jordan. Just hope he keeps those personal political opinions to himself. Oh, man. Should I even look at the chat right now? Should I look at what's happening over here? Yikes. 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 You guys are brutal. You guys are brutal. So the idea, this is what I believe when Breaking Points was first announced. I called it back then. Watch. They're going to try to create an alternative to TYT. Now you see this starting to show more. So they also brought on Ryan Grimm. I don't know if everyone knows about that, but they brought on Ryan Grimm as well. He's been added, and now Jordan Sheraton has been added. Now, this idea is not new. This idea of adding different people, different perspectives, and having someone out is not new. It's a TYT model that other people, some of us, have decided to do, but to do it differently. For those who are not aware, RBN, that's where that came from. We saw TYT's model and decided, hey, why don't we create a network kind of like the TYT model, but make the network focus more so on Black issues, working class issues. Let's cover the things that they're not covering from a Black perspective. That's where RBN came about. So that's why you'll see we have RBN. You'll see us do shows on RBN, but you'll also see us do shows on our own channel. So that's why you see me here and you also see me on RBN. And then we have the roundtable as well. So this is not a new idea. I do just want to say that this is not a new idea. And it's not just RBN. Indie Left was on here a couple weeks ago. Similar thing. Indie Left grabbed, people. Some of them had their own channels, some didn't. Formed a network. People talking about different subjects, different things. So Breaking Points is trying to do that same thing. Now, someone reached out to me over the weekend and said, interesting. Have they added any Black people yet? Don't know. I don't really watch Breaking Points. I don't but that was a good point to note. But I will tell you that I don't think that you should wait on other people to do what you think should be done. And that's the thing about RBN. We're not waiting on other people to include Black people who are working class, Black people that have a difference of opinion and different experiences. We are not waiting on that. That's why you have RBN. Oh gosh, some of these comments. Yikes, 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 yikes. Let me go to some of the super chat and I'll go show you some analytics in just a second. Shout out to Colin. Thanks so much for the super chat. Crystal, Kyle, and Jordan are now doing what smaller channels have been doing for years. Call it, Colin. It gives BP journalistic integrity because K and S will never go on the ground and gives Jordan views for status coup. That's a good point. Thank you for the super chat, Colin. Thanks for the super chat, Brothwaite. Jordan is good for on the ground reporting. His political analysis is always wrong and clownish. Wow, you guys are brutal. I'm afraid to see some of these other comments. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. Thank you so much for the super chat, Oz, as well. One of the few times I must disagree with you, Sabby, but we are not a choir, are we? Jordan and Breaking Points are not a good match. They both have big problems on the horizon. Big love to you, Sabby Time. Will tell. Oz? What are you talking about, Oz? What do you mean? They both have big problems on the horizon. Oz, tell me now. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you gonna do this to me? Why? Oh man. Now I'm not gonna know. Now I don't know. That's not cool. Oh wow. Man. Balls. Anywho, this is what's happening. So probably expect for them to add more people as well. Now, I told you I think that Breaking Points is going to be a TYT competitor. That doesn't mean that they're going to outperform TYT, but I do want to show you some numbers. Now, you guys know I like to talk about analytics. I like to show analytics on the show. I've shown you my own analytics on the show. I don't have to hide it from you. I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to show you analytics for TYT and Breaking Point, and I think there's something I'm going to show you that may surprise you somewhat. Now I have to make sure that I'm signed in. Yeah, Eric, you can I have to sign into my YouTube because I have analytics on mine. I should have told you that, Eric, sorry. Yeah, just got to sign into my YouTube, you guys. It's just easier for me to do it this way. So I've shown you guys something like this before with my analytics, and there is a tool. I do have a tool called TubeBuddy, and it does show me not just analytics for my channel, but it'll show me analytics for other channels as well. What is this? Get out of here. Okay. TYT. Boop boop doop. All right, so yep, that's exactly what I wanted to see. That's exactly what I want to show you. All right, let me share my screen. Okay. So this is the Young Turks. And if you guys have never seen me do this before, I'm going to explain to you how this works. So there's a tool that I have. It's a little extension. It's called TubeBuddy. And again, I can see my analytics on my channel, but I can also see my analytics when comparing other channels to my channel as well. And what I want to show you, it may surprise some of you and some of you may not be surprised at all, but here we go. TYT. So I can do this 3 different ways. I can look at their views the last 30 days. Obviously, I'm going to be flat next to them. But their views, the number of views that they've gained over the past 30 days, right? I can also look at the number of subscribers in the past 30 days. Now, what's really strange about this is if you really focus in here, the red line is TYT, blue line is me. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, it's better this way. Okay. So the red line is TYT, the blue line is me. Number of subscribers the last 30 days. Guys, they haven't gained any subscribers. I'm going all the way back to March 30th. Again, this is the last 30 days. 0 subscribers gained. They're not gaining any subs, boo. You guys see this? So this is just my channel, but obviously I'm gaining subscribers. They're not gaining in. They haven't gained a subscriber, 1 subscriber in 30 days. But if you look at their channel, they have 5.17 million subscribers. So what's happening here? Let's look at some of the views. The other option is videos the last 30 days. So this will show you the number of videos that they posted. They posted 11 videos on April 26th, which is today. Obviously, they post more than me. So they're posting 11, 10, 15 videos per day. They haven't gained 1 subscriber. Now, let's go back to views the past 30 days. So in the past 30 days, they have received 19.4 million views. 19.4 million views. And guys, they haven't gained a single subscriber. What does that tell you about TYT? What does that tell you? Now, it does not stop there. Let's check out breaking points. So I'm going to open a second tab here. I should add a show that is just me doing like analytics. I should add a show where it's just me like doing channel analytics. Although not everybody might be into that. They might be like, Sabs, this is boring. What do I do here? Whoops, I'm gonna zoom out. I'm confused now. Oh, I don't think I can use it twice. How do I zoom out? Am I signed in? Give me just a second. Okay. Now, this is breaking points. I'm going to show you the difference here. Again, ignore me because I'm not trying to compare my channel. Oh, let me switch. Okay, this is breaking points. I'm not trying to compare my channel because obviously my channel doesn't compare to either one of these. But I want to show you the difference here. Views the last 30 days. Now they have 161K views the last 30 days. Young Turks has 161K views the past 30 days. Okay. Here's where I want you to see something. Subscribers the last 30 days. Uh-oh, that changed from this morning. Uh-oh. Okay, when I looked at this morning, this was actually going up, not down. So that goes to show you how quickly your analytics can change, because I really did check this morning. So breaking points, when we look at their subscribers last 30 days, they have 10.2K subscribers in the past 30 days. Now, something happened after I checked this morning and I see they've gone down in reference to subscribers. For whatever reason, they didn't gain any subscribers today. Now, keep in mind with YouTube Studio, sometimes it's like one day behind. So that number could come in tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. But right now, for some reason, they dropped here big time. I gained 50. They gained 0. So something happened. And again, I don't watch them, so I don't know what happened after April 20. Well, actually today. I don't know what happened after they gained those 250 yesterday, but something happened and they dropped. I don't know. Again, like that's one part where I wouldn't be able to do a separate analytics show unless I had someone actually watching those segments to tell me, hey, they talked about this. Maybe this is why the number dropped. But the point that I want to make is that breaking points in the last 30 days, they have gained 10.2K subscribers. Let's stop sharing. Let's go back over to TYT. Guys, one day I'm going to have better equipment for all of this. And I'm just going to be like, bam, 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 pull up the charts. Now, I am back over on the Young Turk site. Oh, nope, it shared the wrong thing again. Hold on one second. Stop sharing. One day I'll get better equipment, you guys. Right now, it just is what it is. I'm sorry. Okay. The Young Turk site. Let's go back and look at this again. Subscribers over the last 30 days. Again, TYT has gained 0 subscribers in the past 30 days. Breaking Points has gained 10.2K. Something is happening here. Obviously, people have come to realize that TYT is boring, that they repeat a lot of mainstream media talking points. People have lost interest in TYT. Now, they still have a little bit over 5 million subscribers. That's cool. But the point that I'm trying to make is somewhere along the way, people stopped watching them. When they have this many subs, look, I'm going to go into view count. When you have 5.17 million subscribers, and then we're going to go down here. Let's look at some views. Let's go to some videos. Okay. They have 6.3K people watching them live right now. Guys, they have over 5 million subscribers. Not to make a comparison, but I'm going to do it. Jimmy Dore has a little over 1 million subs. I can tune into Jimmy's live stream and see 14,000 people watching. They have more subscribers than Jimmy, but there's 6.3K people watching. People have fallen off. People have fallen off. Let's look at some more numbers here, folks. Oregon voters need to see this. That was released 4 hours ago. 1.7K views. U.S. gives the country with the U $800, 800 million in weapons. 992 views 4 hours ago. So these were released back to back. Okay, they're talking about the election in France. 1.5K views. Trump is still bragging about his big brain. 51K views. See, this is where they get a lot of their views. When they start talking about Donald Trump, they get more views. Same thing here. Trump forced governors to beg for natural disaster aid. 25K views. But still, they have over 5 million subscribers, you guys. Like, this doesn't make any sense. This is why I tell you, don't just pay attention to the subscriber count. You have to do the ratio. You need to look at the count, the number of subscribers, the number of views. And it used to be likes versus dislikes, but we can't see that visibly now on other people's channels so much anymore. Zach calling it out. 1K with 5 million supposed subs. That is abysmal. Right. We just got to do a little bit of math, guys. This doesn't make any sense. Let's go down. I'll do one more. Fox host wants to ban public schools. 50K views. Macron wins re-election. 29K views. Ben Shapiro, 41K views. See, these things, like, The Ben Shapiro, the Trump, those topics bring in a lot of views to TYT. But when you have a little over 5 million subs, you should have more than that. More people should be watching you, and they're not. That's a problem. That's a problem. No subs, guys. You can pass on this information to your fam and your friends. They have gained 0 subscribers in the past 30 days. And that's as far back as I can go to see their information. I can't go back past 30 days. So who knows, right? We'll take a look also, one more look here at breaking points. Again, just to show you the difference, because I think this is important for people to see. They're gaining subscribers, except for after the 25th. Again, someone who watches them, was there something said on April 25th that caused this to happen? I don't know. Let me know in the chat. If you look at the videos, Kamala Tapp's Morning Joe, 43K views. Sagar Angetti exposing Taylor Lorenz, 51K views. Look at this, 64K views. Billionaire Brawl. So TYT is getting some of the same view counts as breaking points. And yet TYT has over 5 million subs. Somebody make that make sense to me. That's why I tell you, you can't just look at the sub count. You can't just look at that. Ashura said their JD videos are failing. Oh, TYT. Oh, man. Oh, man. Jay Anudo said, compare TYT to Russell Brand since they have a similar number of subscribers. Oh, that's a good point, Jay. David Troppins, off subject, but was this weekend the first time you and Rome met personally face-to-face, Sabby? Yes. Yes, that was the first time I met Rome. Lawrence said something is happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's something happening here. All right. What did you say, Colin? Jordan made them lose subs? LOL. Oh, man, Colin. Oh, man. Oh, Colin. Let's check out Russell Brand really quick. I didn't have this as part of my lineup tonight, but since it was requested, let's do the damn thing. Nothing wrong with switching it up. Little switcheroo. Let's go to his channel here. Oh, all right. Wait till you see this. Okay. So here's Russell Brand's channel. Last 30 days, this is the number of views. So he has had 48.2 million views the last 30 days. Let's look at subscribers the last 30 days. He has had 180K subscribers in the last 30 days. So he's still getting subs, but TYT, for them to be flatlined, they're flatlined when it comes to subscribers, just 0 like that. And you have over 5 million subs and it just, you have all that money invested into TYT. That's weird. That's weird. Well. Well, it looks like Russell Brand dropped right here too. What happened? Guys, what happened yesterday? Seriously. Did he get, let me see. I'm trying to hover over it. It's hard to do it sometimes. Nope, that's me. So he has 0 subscribers gained too. After yesterday. I don't know. He don't post videos every day though. So that could be it. But I don't know what happened yesterday, but something apparently happened. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Analytics with Sabby. Yipper99 said YouTube happened. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much for the super chat, Colin. Jordan announced his partnership with Breaking Points yesterday. You really think that's what it was, Colin? You think that stopped people from That you think that affected people from subscribing? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm asking because I really don't know. Yeah, Edward, that does happen, but it wouldn't cause TYT to have 0 subscribers in the past 30 days. I think that's all TYT. I think their content has just gone downhill. Downhill. No, Rodrigo. Rodrigo said Jimmy Dore's waiting rooms are more entertaining than a TYT video. Damn. You guys are so brutal. So brutal. Yikes. Yikes. Wesley said it certainly doesn't make me want to resub to Breaking Points. Wow. Yes, I have had Caleb on a couple of times. Someone just asked me that in the chat. I think I lost it somewhere. Oh, MJ, has Sabby had Caleb Moppin on? Yes, he's been on here like 3 times. Yes, yes, yes. All right, I need to move on to my next story. We're going to talk about Elon Musk. Now, everybody is talking about this on Twitter. Some people are arguing with each other about this on Twitter as well. I'm not here to argue about it. I'm just going to give you some information and give you my opinion about it. Again, before going into this, I've told you guys before, I'm not an Elon Musk stan. I've never been an Elon Musk stan. Not fond of the guy too much, actually. I think he's quite a jerk. To be honest, I've never been fond of Elon Musk. But that being said, let's get into it. Elon Musk to buy Twitter in $44 billion deal. Whew. Now, remember, I talked about this just a couple days ago that he was interested in buying Twitter and people were losing their heads over it because their main concern was more so the censorship. That someone like Elon Musk, because he says he's a free speech absolutist, although I will argue that point in just a second, that he would allow someone like Donald Trump to come back to that platform. Robert Reich was talking about this, as well as other people on Twitter. We're going to get into it. Let's get into this story. All right. So Elon Musk to buy Twitter in a $44 billion deal. Let's go down, ladies and gentlemen. Twitter said Monday it has agreed to sell itself to Elon Musk in roughly $44 billion deal that has the potential to expand the billionaire's business empire and put the world's richest man in charge of one of the world's most influential social networks. The deal, which will take the company private, caps off a whirlwind period in which the Tesla and SpaceX CEO became one of Twitter's largest shareholders, was offered and turned down a seat on its board and a bid to buy the company, all in less than 1 month. Under the terms of the deal, the shareholders will receive 54.20 in cash for each share of Twitter stock they own, matching Musk's original offer and making a 38% premium over the stock price the day before Musk revealed his stake in the company. Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated. That's coming from Elon Musk. Twitter has tremendous potential. I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it. The deal, which was unanimously approved by Twitter's board, is expected to close this year. It comes after Musk revealed last week he had lined up $46.5 billion in financing to acquire the company, an apparent turning point that forced Twitter's board to seriously consider the deal. The board met Sunday to evaluate Musk's offer. Let's go down to here. What Musk means for Twitter. Musk is both a high-profile Twitter user and a controversial one. He has more than 83 million followers on the platform, which he has used over the years for everything from sharing memes and discussing his companies to insulting politicians, spreading misleading claims about the 1-9, and making offensive remarks about the transgender community. Musk has repeatedly stressed in recent days that his goal is to bolster free speech on the platform and work to unlock Twitter's extraordinary potential. In his statement Monday, Musk said he wants to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product with new features, making the algorithms open source to increase trust, defeating the spam bots, and authenticating all humans. So let's get into this for a second. There's one more point I want to go to here. Others question whether Musk might restore former Donald Trump's account, which was removed earlier last year for violating Twitter policies against inciting violence following the such and such. Sorry, you guys, I have to censor myself so much. Such a move could have significant ramifications for the upcoming 2024 U.S. presidential election. Do not allow Twitter to become a petri dish for hate speech or falsehoods that subvert our democracy. That's coming from Derek Johnson, president of the NAACP. That was a statement he issued towards Elon Musk. Now, let's talk about this free speech claim here. So again, Elon Musk says that he is a free speech absolutist, meaning that anything's pretty much allowed. But someone sent this to me, and thank you so much for sending this to me. Now, this came from a subscriber. I'm going to pull this up for a second. When I talked about this last week, I didn't have this information at that time. I have this information now. But the point that I was trying to make is some of the people on Twitter that were like, oh my God, we can't let this billionaire come in and take control. People with too much money. And I get it. But they talked about it as if the person who already owns Twitter doesn't fall into the same issue, the same problem. Do they feel that same way about Bill Gates? Do they say that about people like him? So yes, it was very clear to me that it seemed like most of the concern was more so about free speech and the fact that someone like Trump may be allowed to come back on there again. But let's talk about the free speech part. Shout out to the person who sent this to me. Elon Musk says he wants free speech, but his track record suggests otherwise. Here we go. Here we go. Go to the second part here because I already said that part. Okay. Musk has characterized himself as a First Amendment and free speech advocate for years. For example, in defending himself in a defamation lawsuit after calling a critic a pedo guy, and to argue that his SEC infringed on his rights in a settlement agreement they struck and revised after the agency charged him with securities fraud in 2018. But as The Atlantic, Bloomberg, and others have pointed out, Musk's free speech advocacy seems to apply mostly to his own speech or that of his fans and promoters. Now listen to this. Worker speech. When it comes to his employees' free speech, Musk demonstrates little tolerance. Under his leadership, when Tesla has laid off employees, it's asked them to sign separation agreements, including a strong non-disparagement clause with no end date. These kinds of agreements are not uncommon in the industry. But Musk is far from a free speech absolutist here. A copy of one such agreement from Tesla, shared with CNBC by a former employee who was laid off in 2018, who did not sign the agreement. Now, here's what it said. You agree not to disparage Tesla, the company's products, or the company's officers, directors, employees, shareholders, and agents, affiliates, and subsidiaries in any manner likely to be harmful to them or their business reputation, or personal reputation. In the same document, Tesla required laid off employees to keep details about the separation agreement itself hidden, other than from their own lawyer, accountant, or immediate family, not even other workers. The provision of this agreement will be held in strictest confidence by you and will not be publicized or disclosed in any manner whatsoever. In particular, and without limitation, you agree not to disclose the terms of this agreement to any current or former company employee or contractor. So let's go down to this part here. Under Musk's leadership, Tesla scores of workers have alleged racist, sexist, and other types of harassment, discrimination, and unsafe working conditions. Many have also alleged retaliation after they spoke out about problems. These allegations have been in the spotlight recently because of a newly revealed probe by the EEOC and a lawsuit by the California Civil Rights Agency. But the company has a long track record. Here's one more I want to dive into. In 2018, a former Tesla security employee, Carl Hansen, filed a complaint with U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission saying he was wrongfully terminated from his job as an investigator at the company's battery plant in Sparks, Nevada, after sounding the alarm about the theft of tens of millions of dollars worth of raw materials there. Tesla hid the theft from shareholders, he alleged, even though it represented a material amount of money to the automaker at that time. Free press. Musk has repeatedly sought control over what journalists, bloggers, analysts, and other researchers say about his businesses, their products, and himself. Memorably, the Tesla CEO berated and cut off an analyst on an earnings call in 2018. Musk and Tesla have also asked reporters to sign NDAs or show story drafts to the company to obtain approvals before publishing. So let's talk about this for just a second. Do I think Elon Musk is a bit hypocritical here? Duh. Duh. But what I want to also point out is it was really just interesting to me how more people seem to be upset about the, oh, he may bring Trump back on Twitter issue, instead of being focused on the fact that here you have employees that have worked at his companies and they were complaining about just not having that same right, not being able to express free speech. And here is Elon Musk saying, I'm a free speech absolutist. Anyone should be able to say whatever they want on Twitter. So it's no, no. But I also want to be clear about something else as well. For the people who are like, oh God, we can't have another billionaire buy something. We can't have them own this, da 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 da. Okay. Why aren't those same people, or some of those same people, why aren't they just as livid about politicians having billionaire donors? The same people who are livid about Elon Musk buying Twitter because he's a billionaire, why aren't they just as livid about Justice Democrats taking money from George Soros? Where's that same anger and frustration about these billionaires that donate money to politicians and the politicians then do their bidding? Where's that same fire and passion? I want to show you some of the responses that people made. Fisher said Sabby gets it. I mean, look, don't put too much of your energy invested in this guy, okay? Don't put too much of your energy and your emotions. Do not invest them in Elon Musk and his situation and what is going on with Twitter. Don't. Elon Musk does not care about you. He's not thinking about you. He's a billionaire. He's rich. He can do whatever he wants and pretty much get away with it. That's how it works for a lot of rich people in this country. Jeffrey Epstein, hello. And everybody else that's on that list whose names you have not seen. Don't feel sorry for him. Let's not pity him. Don't go to bat for him, because at the end of the day, he's going to be fine. He's not going to the bat for us. For all the money that he spent buying Twitter, If Elon Musk was really serious about helping humanity and helping the world, as he says he is, I'm an innovator and I'm going to change things and make everything great. If he's that serious about that and focused on that, why didn't he take that money and help the homeless people in this country? Why didn't he take that money and donate it to mutual aid? Why didn't he take that money and build homes, apartment buildings, communities for people, low income housing for people? Why not do that with that money if you're really trying to make a change? I want you to see some of the comments. Here we go. This one cracks me up. Now, this is from Richard. He said that Elon Musk takes over Twitter. He's a billionaire who doesn't even have a master's degree. Is that who we are going to trust with the future of our democracy? This guy is the worst. Let's look at this again. Elon Musk takes over Twitter. He's a billionaire who doesn't even have a master's degree. Elitist much? Do you need to have a master's degree? Newsflash, I have a master's degree. I'm definitely not a billionaire. Why do you need to have a master's? I just thought that was a bad take. That was a bad take. Not good. Not good. So because he doesn't have a master's degree, we're not supposed to trust him with the future of our democracy. I don't think you should be listen. I don't think you should trust him with the future. Period. Period. Whether he had a master's degree or not. No. Look, he has ideas. Sometimes these ideas are good ideas. Sometimes they come to life. And then sometimes they're not good ideas. And sometimes he doesn't go back and fix and improve things that he has already invented. And he tries to create all these other new projects instead of fixing and perfecting the projects that already exist. He has a tendency to do that. But I don't think that someone should have to have a master's degree in order to try to help the future in a way, shape, or form. If that's the case, then how do you feel about some of the politicians then? Not all of the politicians have master's degrees. Oh my God. Let's go to the next one. These comments are they're brutal. They're brutal. JB hits the nail right on the head. Congratulations, you've just acquired $43 billion. What would you do with it? Option 1, buy Twitter. Option 2, in homelessness. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this now. Let's go ahead and take this poll. Obviously, I'm going to say in homelessness. Look at the result. Who are the 25.3% that said buy Twitter, you guys? Really? Really? This is where we're at right now. I don't know who those individuals were, but they would rather buy Twitter than end homelessness in this country. That's a shame. Interesting. Interesting. Let's go to the next one. I got a lot of them for you, you guys. Nina Turner chimed in. The idea that if a billionaire doesn't personally like something, they can just buy it and change it to their liking is the reason so many people are pushing back on Elon Musk buying Twitter. Billionaires have too much power. Well, isn't that the pot calling the... Guys, look at this. The idea that if a billionaire doesn't personally like something, they can just buy it and change it to their liking is the reason so many people are pushing back on Elon Musk buying Twitter. Billionaires have too much power. Look, I agree that billionaires have too much power. But again, what about those same billionaires who invest and donate to these politicians? What happened to the focus of getting the money out? Like, this is why same deal. Same deal, guys. Someone responded to this. I'm going to pull it up. Tyler had something to say. Tyler, the comedian guy, said, too bad the DNC and those people don't push back against money in politics as hard as they push against a rich guy buying a new toy. And that's the point I really want you to think about. Look at where the focus is at. Imagine if all these people on Twitter and Facebook who are so angry at Elon Musk buying Twitter, imagine if those people were just as angry at all the corrupt billionaire money that goes into DC. Imagine if they were just as angry at some of these politicians that they continue to go out and vote for every term for taking that money. Just imagine. Where's that fire? Where's that energy? Where's that passion for that? If we had that many people frustrated at these politicians who take billionaire money, then we could put more of a push to get money out of politics. More people are angry with Elon Musk buying Twitter than they are with the billionaires who donate to these politicians. Now, one group makes and enforces laws. The other person is solo and is not in government. Just saying. Just saying. These are things I want people to think about. I like to get people to think. Was that my last one? Oh, yeah, that was my last clip. Oh, shoot balls. Yeah, that was the last one. Yeah, that too bad the DNC. And by the way, that tweet only has one like. One like. Let's come out. This is a big part of the problem. This is a big part of the problem. If you are angry with Elon Musk being a billionaire buying Twitter, you should be just as angry at all the politicians that take billionaire money. That's how I look at it. Joy? I just ended my monthly donation to Status Coup. Wow, you guys are brutal tonight. Joy, see. Oh my God. Oh my God, these comments. You guys really do not like this collaboration, huh? Rick said, in regards to JB's poll, 25% wanting to own Twitter instead of ending homelessness, all I can say is capitalist hustle culture propaganda is a hell of a drug. Yep. Tackwish says, the billionaires own the legislature's leash. Right. Do you guys see the problem? See the problem here? Where Pilgrim said, chat, be mad. Okay, should I do a poll? Eric, I think I'm gonna do a poll. There's over 300 people watching. I think I can do a poll right now. Let me see. I'm gonna poll you guys. I want to see how many of you are this upset. Oh man, I probably should have did that earlier. Yeah, okay. Now I'm in. Let me do a poll. Balls. You know what? I got to do it on here. I'm going to poll you guys to see how you guys really feel about this. Seems like you're not too happy. Yep. Will it let me do it now? I guess I'm about to find out. I'm going into YouTube Studio. Going into YouTube Studio. I'm going into the control room. I'm going into the control room. All right, here I go. I guess it is going to let me do a poll. Are you in favor of status coup joining breaking points? I'm gonna make it simple. There's a yes and there's a no. You guys want me to add another option? Are you in favor of status coup joining breaking points? I have yes and I have no. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. Ask your community. Boop boop be doop. Okay, the poll just came through. I'm gonna pin it. Oh, I can't pin it. It's a poll. It should be there. You guys should see the poll now. Go ahead and give your little answers. Let me see if I see the poll. Let me unpin the newsletter one. And then, oh yeah, you guys do see it. Okay, people are responding. This is really cool. And then I'll go back into the video. I'll give it 2 more minutes and then I'll show the poll results. How about that? 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. All right. Yeah, let's do Rockfin while we wait for that. 2 more minutes, honey buns. All right. Let's take these comments on Rockfin. Thanks for the tip, Roger. Sab, when you said vote third party, make sure to mention ballot initiatives. Speaking of which, I was in Albany today, campaign for New York Health Act. Who I was with? Housing Justice, People and Criminal Justice, Clean Slate Act, and in qualified immunity. People were all I'm sorry, I can't see it. Co-signing with. While I was there, I spoke with legislatures about proposing a New York State constitutional amendment allowing New Yorkers to pass state law and amend New York State Constitution via ballot initiatives. Those I spoke with were either interested, they'd be on board, needed more info. One thought we could do it already. I told him, no, we can't. What we have is you guys putting your proposals before us, amend New York State Constitution, but we can't initiate one ourselves. So I asked all of them, I'm glad you support, but would you author the amendment? They said they need more info, and some of them know me by name, so we'll see. Thanks so much for this. Hey, Sap, went out to Steve Dozinger event yesterday to speak with Chris Smalls about coordinating an event between ALU and Campaign for New York Health Act, a chapter of New York PAN, so we can come to Staten Island and make our pitch for the New York Health Act to ALU members. That's a good idea, Roger. That's a good idea. Why do I hear a weird sound? Oh, I think that's just me. Do I need to mute? Oh, that's what that was. Okay. We need more unions on our side. Health insurance got to them and convinced leadership to buy and own stock in their company. Union leadership here in New York State. Thanks for this as well. Is bullying legislatures co-sponsoring of the bill to not bring up for a vote? We were in Albany today going to drop New York Health Act postcards signed by New Yorkers all over the state in both Assembly Speaker Heastie and across hallway at Senator Majority Leader Andrea Stewart Cousins' office. They called the sergeant at arms on us, and the popo locked the hallway doors leading to her office. We started banging on the door. Uh-oh, this is getting good. Guys, grab some popcorn. Scott, who was on your show, was yelling through the door. We started putting those postcards through the slits in between both doors and underneath. Made a mess on the other side. I'll send you the pictures. I tried to DM, but something went wrong. Also, you mentioned Black people on BP. They used to have Irony. Oh, Irony on their show all the time. I haven't seen him since. Yeah, but he's not a part of the network. Yeah. Thanks so much for that, Roger. That was interesting, Roger. Shout out to Oz for the super chat. Status Coup and BP are not friends of our indie media sisters and brothers. They are out for their own interests. My answer to the poll is an an emphatic no. Love ya. Thanks so much, Oz. Oh, that's so sweet. Well, not for them, but thanks so much for that. Delthea said, I'm not upset that Elon Musk bought Twitter. I'm upset that Twitter isn't a public utility. Oh, and out of the reach of greedy megalomaniacs. Dang, I should have did another poll. I should have made another poll. Do you guys think Twitter should be a public utility? That's a good point, Delthea. Joy C said, Sabby, you're a refreshing, independent, journalistic voice. We need more women vloggers to tell it like it is. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Joy. Thanks. I appreciate that. Delthea said with the poll, C, don't care one way or the other. Oh, man. All right, let's go look at those results. It's about time. It's about time. It's about that time. To the window, to the wall. All right. Let's look at the results, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be weird. I'm going to be looking at myself again. Okay. Close up that poll. Let's do a screenshot. No, why did you do that when I decided to do a screenshot? Okay. I'm telling you guys, one day, I'm not going to have to do any of this. I'll be like Jimmy and I can just like chill. I can just chill in front, and someone else will do all this other stuff. One day. Okay. I'm going to share those results with you now. Any day now. Boop, boop, be doop. Oh, snap. All right. Here are the results of the poll. All right. So here's the question. Are you in favor of status quo joining breaking points? 36% said yes. 64% said no. Yikes. Well, all right. Eric said, actually, Jimmy seems to do a lot himself on his laptop. I was behind the scenes, so I saw a little bit more, but there are people that help. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. For those of you who said no, like I honestly don't care one way or the other. But for those of you who said no, tell me in the chat, like, why are you not in favor of it? I'm just curious. Julian said status quo is controlled opposition. He is not fam. Please don't be fooled by him. Oh, Julian. Yeah, Jordan's been on here before to talk about Flint. But you guys are not happy about this. Net said breaking points is xenophobic. Oof. Comrade Cam said, I don't know either of them. Oh, dear. Oh, man. Norma said, hate both of those shows. Damn. You guys are brutal. Oh, boy. Brent said they aren't going to push solutions for the problems they uncover. Oh, that's a good point, Brent. Oz said too much narcissism already at breaking points. Ooh, man. Robert Brown said breaking points is tone deaf. Man, I thought I was mean. You guys are brutal. Okay. Swift BMF said Jordan doesn't have any principles. He was pro censorship until it affected him. Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. I do remember that. Oh boy. George said status coup is awful, actually. Jeez. Okay. Edward said Jordan and Crystal are both neoliberal apologists for the DNC. Whoop. Man, people are brutal. All right, well, let's come on out of that. The people have spoken. I think I have one more comment on Rockfin, maybe? Or nope, that's good. Oh, I thought I did. Maybe I don't. Oh, man. That was brutal. Thanks for the tip on Rockfin, Roger. JC might have takes you disagree with, but we don't have enough on the ground reporters in this space. I don't know if we should cut him off financially, crippling the only on the beat journalism we have. Do we really want to do that? He did say he wants to cover Libby's Medicare for All, the same coverage he gave Flint and Amazon. I'm really curious. Also, nationalize YouTube and Twitter. Thanks so much for the tip on Rockfin, Roger. Oh my God. I'm not even going to go through the comments anymore. These comments are pretty brutal. Oh, little. If Sabs could save seals on the seashore, how many seals would Sabs save? I don't know, but that was very unique there. I like that. I love it. I love the alliteration. Man. Oh my God. I'm going to God, you guys are so brutal. Brandy said I can't stand either show. Okay. Oh man. Oh man. Guys, got some good news. Max Blumenthal will be here tomorrow night. He's coming back on. Definitely tune in for that. Should be a pretty cool discussion. This weekend is the Anti-Imperialist Summit over at RBN. Please join us. It'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have a lot of guests coming on. I'm hosting a panel with MCSC Network. We're going to talk about censorship when it comes to covering coverage abroad, particularly Peru and Nicaragua, which is where they've been on the ground in those places. I'm also going to be on the panel Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Nick and Jimmy Dore. That one is focusing on how media pushes war. And then on Sunday, I'm actually going to be on a panel by myself with shoot. Oh, I got her name written down somewhere. She is a journalist originally from Ethiopia. And we're going to talk about how the US government's intervention in Ethiopia has affected people in Ethiopia. And I don't think a lot of people are talking about that. And I think you need to hear about what the United States government is doing in reference to Ethiopia. We need to hear more about these countries, right? We need to hear more about Ethiopia, Haiti, Somalia, Yemen, Afghanistan. We need to hear more about those countries in particular. We should not just focus on the European countries. And there's been a lot of people doing that. And I've talked about those two countries as well, which I can't name on here now because thanks, Google. But at the same time, most people I've talked to don't even know what's happening in Yemen. They had no idea because mainstream media is not covering it. And some people on independent media, or most people on independent media, aren't covering it either. So it's a problem. It's a problem. Get ready for it. Should be a fun time. Thanks so much for the super chat, Andrew. Those analytics are why I'm passionate about math education. You need it to understand data. Otherwise, people will mislead and lie to you. Andrew, my husband, would love you. He loves math. He loves math. So yeah, that's what's happening. Friday evening, I do have a coalition coming on. They are a coalition for a county jail. and they're fighting for the prisoners there. So they're going to come on. So I'm excited about that. And no, I don't, Bart. You're just being an ass. I do not sound like a right winger. And obviously, if you actually watched me long enough and followed my channel, you would hear me say multiple times that I don't like either party. So now you're just being an ass. No, he said find. Find what? I don't know what you're talking about, Eric. Thank you so much for the super chat, Sean. Appreciate your show. Great work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thanks for the super sticker, Jorge. Thanks so much for that. And find a, I don't know what you're talking about, Eric. Let's see. If someone said, did someone say I need to find a right-wing co-host? No. Sebastian said he meant by interviewing right-wing people like Sauger. I'm sorry. I got two people talking to me at the same time. Oh, sorry, Bart. Sorry, Bart. Bart's probably like, damn, what'd I say? I should interview more right-wing people. It's not easy to do. I'll interview anyone. I've reached out to a lot of people, but to be honest with you guys, no, I'm glad you brought this up because this gives me an opportunity to talk about this. To be honest with you guys, for those of us, a lot of us that have smaller channels, it's really difficult to get people to come on. If you pay attention to the people that have been on this show, those are people who actually want to come on here. So it's hard. It's really hard. And it is what it is. I didn't expect it to be easy, but some people will only go on big shows. Some people are like that, even though they may have started out small. Now that they're big, that's what they'll do. They're only going to big shows. And then for some people, like in order to get them on, like you have to have an introduction. Like you have to, it's called access journalism for a reason. So someone has to help you get access to them. Someone has to introduce you to them. Otherwise, they won't come on. Some people are like that. So like I said, the people that you've seen on here are people who actually want to be on here. All right. But a lot of those people from like the larger channels, they would never come on. They don't come on small channels. They just don't. Let's see. I'm so sorry, Bart. Bart says Sabby isn't right wing. She's left to the left. I'm so sorry. I misread that. But yeah. So Swift said Aaron, Max, and Jimmy, they will always come on. Yeah, like some people are more willing to do that regardless how many subscribers you have. And then there are some people that they have big egos and they won't come on unless you have a large channel. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Oh, thanks for the super chat, Joy C. Thank you for covering the Earth Day rally with Extinction Rebellion and other climate justice groups. Not enough independent journalists are talking about the climate crisis. Please keep covering these nonviolent actions. Thank you so much, Joy. Thanks so much. Yeah, one thing I've been wanting to do for a while is do a climate summit. That'll probably take me a while to put together because I really want to have, there's one person in particular I really want to have on to do that. But I really want people to see just what we are going into. I have not reached out to her yet, Laura Hansen, but thank you so much for that. I should reach out to her. I don't know if you guys know what's going on with Alice Walker. I'm going to talk a little bit about that tomorrow night. But they're trying to smear Alice Walker now. For those who don't know, Alice Walker, she's an author. She's famously known for the book The Color Purple, which was also a movie with Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah Winfrey and Danny Glover. Danny Glover, and there's a lot of people in that movie, but that's what she's famously known for. But they're trying to silence her now. So there's a lot going on in reference to censorship, you guys. I'm telling you, like, it's not just people on YouTube. So it is what it is, guys. I had a lot of people watching tonight. I'm assuming Jimmy was not live tonight. We're usually live around the same time. No worries, Sab. Thanks for answering the question. I'm sorry, Bart. Hey, I'm big to admit when I'm wrong. I'm big enough to admit it. There was one more thing I was going to show you guys. I showed you guys that picture. What else was I going to show you? I don't know. I forgot now. Balls. All right. Well, you guys know who's coming on this week. Oh, I remember. Yes. Guys, don't forget. Sign up for my newsletter. This way you can remember. Well, not necessarily remember. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Join my newsletter, guys. If you click on this link, the only thing you have to do is enter your email address. That's it. There's no form you need to fill out. You just enter your email address, and then you are added to my email list, and you are on my newsletter. And then every time I go live, you will receive an email notification from Sabby Sabs newsletter. That is what I rely on, because the YouTube notifications don't always go out. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not on my end. That's on YouTube's end. But yes, definitely sign up for that so you can get like these little notifications. You'll be like, hey, Sabby's live and all that fun stuff. But other than that, I am past my time. And it is time for me to go. Bye, bye, bye. In the words of NSYNC, ladies and gentlemen, bye, bye, bye. Oh, if you joined me late, you didn't get to see my new intro. Eric, should I play the new intro for the newbies? For the people who just got in? I'll play it. I'll play the intro. I'm going to end with the intro. Have a good night. Keep up the fight. Doobie-doobie-doo. I'm your host, Sabrina Salvati.